this piece of plywood that's in the ground was absolutely just lodged into the ground. I'm pulling on it pretty much with all my strength, and it just doesn't come up. That just kind of shows the brute force of this tornado as it rolled through the Mount Juliet community. 187 south of Sunfish. You need to be in your safe shelter, as this area is where we're watching for a possible tornado. It's going to be moving over to the east, to Highway 259, Highway 238. You need to be in your safe shelter at this point. Again, this is the area of concern we're watching next. Highway 728 moving to southern Nolan River Lake. It started to begin as it made its way over I-65 and made its way into this field and continued along Salem Road through these woods, passing right by this residence where they had a tree limb even fall onto their roof. You can see the house behind me, the walls caved in, roof completely taken off it, and that's the case for all of the homes just off to the back. We're gonna slowly walk in here. I'm not even sure how deep this is, and it is already above my boots, and this just goes to show how quickly the water can get really high. This is what's happening out on your roadways. Well, Kelly, unfortunately, today is the last day.
Don't tell me. I can't hear you.
That's the last day to enjoy the fall-like temperatures.
You gave us such a tease of fall. I'm ready for fall personally.
Same. I'm ready for winter.
Gonna change.
I agree, Gene. If I could push it out of here, I would, because I'm sick and tired of it. You know, it's just not fun walking outside and you just get drenched every time you walk out. We're over the edge right now. Got about, I think, one more story to go. I can't quite see. A big crowd behind us. We are braving the rain, folks. It doesn't matter, rain or shine. We are going over the edge for these kids because that's what matters the most. Again, we are out here for Over the Edge with the Barren River Child Advocacy Center. What do the folks need if we do see this cold air? What do you put on when it gets cold?
Jacket.
Jacket. There you go. You'll want that jacket. Maybe some gloves. Some gloves for our hands, because our hands will get cold, right?
Yeah.
It'll get pretty cold. But hey, that rain's gonna help the grass for you, isn't it? Yeah. We'll get a little bit more greener grass, but heavy downpours possible as we go into your Saturday. Have the umbrella handy. We see that hail just moving into Greenville right now. 1.9 inches. That puts it at golf ball size hail. So you do not need to be outside. There's not a tornado warning on this yet, folks, but we do see where those winds are flowing away. But this little spot right here, just to the west of Greencastle, that's an area to watch. Now our cold front moving through with this low pressure system, going to track to the northeast. That's going to start to break away the main band of showers. It's going to move towards the Appalachia region. The ice pellets are melting and they have a chance to turn to rain. And then as they fall lower in the atmosphere, they freeze back over and form ice pellets and become sleet and fall to the ground. Go out and enjoy the weather day, at least 30 minutes of your day. Take a step outside, enjoy the sunshine. We're going to continue seeing the sunshine up until the weekend and more temperatures as we come close.
First Alert Weather, sponsored by Med Center Health.
Call it the calm before the storm. We're quiet outside right now, just a cloudy sky, but today we're thankful for those clouds, because if we had sunshine, tonight could be even more interesting. But we are under an alert day. We do have an enhanced risk for seeing severe storms to develop, mainly into our evening hours. Potentiality for damaging wind, hail, as well as tornadoes is all there, so you need to stay weather aware as we go throughout your day today. Storm Prediction Center has put us in a level 3 out of level 5 chance for seeing severe weather, mainly between 2 until midnight. You can see pretty much the entire region now under this level 3. That slight chance now even more subsided to the far south and east. So most of the region has the potential to see any of these threats between 2 o'clock and midnight. I'm thinking the worst of it could move through as we move closer into your late evening hours. Now, tornadic potentiality. Let's look at the probability of each one of these different categories. This is a yellow hatched region. What I mean by hatched is these black lines. Basically, that means there is a 10% chance that within any point in this region that is colored in this hatch, it has a chance to see a tornado of at least EF2 strength or greater between those hours. It is not to say that it's going to happen, but the potential is there, at least a 10% chance within a 25-mile radius of any point on there. As far as the wind factor, this is just now updated. In fact, we are now at 30%. This just updated just now. In fact, I had 15%. That's now to the south and east, damaging wind up to a 30% for a threat across our region. That's a 30% chance you'll see damaging wind, and hail also increased as well. Off to our west, you can see it 15%, 5% across the mid part of our region, and then on the lower side as you move further to the southeast. So this evening could be interesting, so please stay weather aware and have your weather radio handy in case any warnings do become active. Matt, Shane, and myself will all be here to get you updated as we go into the afternoon. Cloudy skies overhead, which we are thankful for. Let's hope that we don't get any breaks in the cloud, because if we get sunshine, that's just going to warm up our atmosphere. It's just like adding fuel to the fire is what would it be like if we had that sunshine out there. Temperature at 64 degrees. We're on our way to the 70s. A southerly wind at 9 miles per hour. That's transporting that moisture and more instability into our atmosphere. Dew points at 58 right now, so it's still fairly close to that 64, causing our humidity to be at about 80%. Temperatures on the board right now, most folks now making it into that 60 range, 64 at our Mesonet site, 65 down in Albany, and we are still watching now for a flash flood warning, or flash flood watch. That is to our far north, and still one flood warning. Most of our region not quite under watches or warnings just yet, but you can see off to the west there is already a severe thunderstorm warning for this system that's just off to our west. Now our region's quiet right now. You can see those storms developing. This is part of this system. It's still trying to organize itself. Frequent lightning already with it. So as it does move through, not only are we watching for the wind damaging wind threat, the hail threat, and the tornado threat, we also will have that chance for some flooding after it moves through. Let's time this thing out for you. Going throughout your day today, there's that warm front. Earlier this morning, this was more clustered showers. Now it's not showing as much clustered showers. There goes the warm front to the north. And since we're not seeing quite that shower activity that we need early in the morning, that's going to help keep our atmosphere unstable. If we had more showers with the warm front, it would help stabilize the atmosphere a little bit more. But with the lack of it, it's keeping that atmosphere unstable. Now, moving into your evening, around 6, 7 o'clock, those showers start to develop off to our far northwest. This is the cold front that we're watching for. It dives into our late night. I think around 9 until 11 o'clock, it's moving through the heart of our region. We could have some discrete cells in here. As you can see, isolated discrete cells that could go severe with all those potentialities that we could be watching for. It glides on through here even into our midnight hour. Really now it's pushing even later in the latest run. So now pushing closer to the midnight hour. And then it should clear out here as we go into the early Friday morning hours. So be aware as we go throughout your day today, as we do have a good chance for severe weather. Nolan Lake today, your hometown forecast, sponsored by Kentucky Lottery. Temperatures in the 70s. We do dry out for your Friday, but rain chance returns for your Saturday. Sunday looking dry, but continuing a rainy pattern even as we head into your new work week. Laura?